Hello, everyone. I'm Jim Garrison. I want to welcome you to this session of Humanity Rising. As we delve into the domain of fairy tales, in the midst of everything that's going on, sometimes it's good to just consider a fairy tale and to seek to discern what it has to offer us in terms of wisdom and awareness, given what we are dealing with around the world today. And today we're going to draw from one of the fairy tales of the Grimm brothers. You'll remember the Grimm brothers from probably your mother's knee. We were all told various fairy tales, and the source of many of the fairy tales that we've all been familiarized with from infancy onward come from the Grimm brothers. They were two German academics and philologists who had a fascination with the fairy tales of the Germanic world, and they published a series of fairy tales, became very, very famous, and they published a work in 1812 that was fairy tales for the household and for children. And tale number 31 was a tale of the Handless Maiden. A very simple story of a young girl who was treated very badly by her father, who turned her over to the devil and in the process cut her hands off. But she was a very godly soul, and it's a story of some of her tribulations and final deliverance. Today, we're going to contemplate that story. It was also made very popular very recently, about 20 years ago, by Clarissa Estes. Many of you will be familiar with her work, Women Running with the Wolves. And one of the chapters was on the Handless Maiden, which has a lot to tell us about how women have struggled in a patriarchal world, the processes and initiations that they've endured until they finally become whole. So that is going to be our topic for today, a fairy tale from the Grimm brothers. Before we dive into that very illustrious domain, let us just pause and breathe together, as we always do as we begin our sessions on Humanity Rising. So we're going to take 10 breaths together, starting with the sound of the bell. Thank you, everyone, and welcome to Humanity Rising. Thank you, everyone. It's so good to breathe together as we commence our programs. I'd like to now introduce someone I've known for a number of years and consider a good friend and a distinguished colleague, has attended a number of courses and sessions at Ubiquity University through our Wisdom School. She's an interim pastor who served in over a dozen congregations. She's a pastoral counselor and spiritual director who's really immersed herself in the empowerment of women and teaches a number of courses in the Northeast, and has been developing a course on the Handless Maiden, which is one of the fairy tales, as I mentioned. And so Lee is going to, so fascinated with this particular